A common buyer request for sellers to pay that is not already on the RPA is the termite inspection report. That request is something you need to write in, but have you ever wondered why the option to request a seller to pay for termite inspection or termite work is not already pre-printed in the RPA? Well, it actually was integrated in the RPA many years ago under the allocation of cost section. However, in 2002, Carr removed that from the RPA and created the WPA form, Wood Destroying Pest Inspection and Allocation of Cost Addendum. You would attach this to your RPA and submit your offer. The WPA identified who was going to prepare the inspection report and who was going to pay for repairs recommended by the report. But then in November of 2014, agents no longer found the WPA form in the CAR Forms library and to their surprise would never see it again. The option to request seller to pay for termite inspection report was completely eliminated. However, the allocation of costs for Section 1 and Section 2 termite repair was moved, as we know it today, to CAR Form RR, the request for repairs. Buyer now has the option to request for seller to pay for termite work on the RR once they receive a termite inspection report. But at that time, the WPA form was removed from the CAR Forms library. It left agents confused as they were used to dealing with this up front. So, what was CAR's reasoning behind all this? Well, typically there was no termite inspection report when an offer was being negotiated. Sellers who agreed to pay for termite repairs on an inspection report that they had not yet seen were often surprised at the scope and the cost of recommended repairs when they finally did get the property inspected. This led to increased tension and animosity between parties and their respective agents. And furthermore, the sellers reluctantly agreed to pay for termite work because of Carform WPA. Sellers were led to believe that paying for recommended pest control repairs was either legally or contractually mandated as a condition of selling the property. Another problem was that after sellers agreed to pay for a termite inspection report, some buyers would still pay for their own inspection and sometimes found that their inspection was more thorough than the seller's inspection report. Buyers would go back to the negotiating table to try to convince the seller to pay for the recommended repairs from the buyer's report. Obviously, sellers were not too happy if the cost on that report exceeded the amount on the seller's own report. So Carr realized that this approach was not really consistent with the rest of the RPA, which provided that a property was sold in its as-is condition and that a buyer would first get inspections and then ask the seller to pay for repairs or correct defects. For example, sellers did not agree in advance to pay for repairs, whether the discovery had to do with a roof, a pool, foundation, plumbing, or any other problem. So Carr recommends that a buyer first obtain a termite inspection report and then negotiate repairs using the RR form. Friends, if you found this video helpful, then it's most likely your colleagues in your office may also find this video helpful. Do them a favor and share this video with them. Looking forward to TCing your next transaction, and I'll see you on the next one.